Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy DGO Cats, or the God of Cats, back again with another video. I can't speak English. Anyway, in today's video, we are back on this tier list. In the last episode, we ranked them based off of their regular tokens. Today, we're going back into the tier list, and we're ranking them based off of the Mega Token. This time, we're ranking them based on how much we liked the Mega Token, how easy or hard it was to get there, and just how enjoyable overall it was. Starting with Hell's Kitchen. Hold on, I forgot to add a F tier. Add a row below. Let's see. This color. There. Now we have our F tier. Now, let's get into this. Starting off with Hell's Kitchen. Where are we thinking for Hell's Kitchen? It's A or S, honestly. It was like
A.
Yeah. I'm thinking A.
They got Gordon on it.
Yeah, like, you got, like, for the Mega Token, you didn't really have to be good at the game. It was like general Roblox skill, not just like, you have to be good at this game really well. You know what I'm saying? Metro Life.
Really?
I'll give it to you. The only reason I say this, I'm skeptical that someone actually figured out without help from the devs that you have to go get a pizza, put it on a specific desk with a calculator. Then you have to go to the science room, you have to find the chemical formula for coffee.
That's Metro Life.
That's Metro Life? Oh, that's Bayside High School. Yeah. Oh, Metro Life.
Bayside, it's
that's my bad, that's my bad. Yeah, this one gets D tier.
The scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt.
Like, for the key parts.
B tier. I give it B tier.
Where do you think Untitled Tag Game is gonna go?
Yeah, there's no questioning this one. It's just easy S tier. Basketball no second thoughts. No second thoughts. I hated that. Like, not as bad as one of the other ones coming up in the next 2 or 3. You know? Next 2. But, like, basically it required me to actually be good at the game for this, which is not something I want to see in this. Like, anyway. Rivals.
You just gotta keep it shooting, perfect.
See? No, it literally took me so long that I was using the sound of my keyboard to gauge how long I had to hold the button. I was using the sound that my keyboard makes when I press a button. I knew how long after the sound stopped making a sound to let go of the key. That's how long it took me. I am not putting it anywhere above C tier. We can agree on this one. Rivals B. Let's talk about this one for a second. The boss fight, it was pretty good. Not up here, because it was very, like, complicated. A, it was complicated. B, by the end of it, I had it down to where I could set up a macro and beat it every single time, if I was allowed to play it again. Which is another complaint I have, is that I can't play the boss fight anymore. I'm crying. Also, the targets made me hallucinate. The targets made me start hallucinating, and it involved just playing the game again, but it was actually really cool because you got to see a unique part of the map. Arsenal. What are these two? Which one? S, yeah.
I love RPG.
Regretivator?
Regretivator's A just because it's wacky and I love it.
Regretivator?
It shows up on every floor, so there's no
Regretivator's
RNG.
A because there's rare RNG. There was a bit of RNG. There's like a couple of floors where it doesn't show up, but it shows up on most floors. It's A because of that.
Almost every.
Also, it doesn't quite get S because it didn't have a lot of cutscenes, and because it was so misleading with that damn chest. We spent so long standing at that chest trying to input a code, only for me to have to look at Creepcraft's stream to realize there was a secret vent in the ceiling that we had to go to. If you guys are confused by any of these Mega Tokens, get in line, so am I. But also, go check out my videos that I made on them. I made one video per game, I believe, so if there's any you haven't seen yet, go check out the videos. But yeah. This.
I like it. Yeah. Wacky. Got cutscenes.
The only thing I don't like about it that doesn't put it at S tier, there wasn't really any cutscenes. Like, there were cutscenes, but not many.
Yeah.
And it was very confusing at the start where you actually had to go. Like, obviously you had to make it to the top, but there was no real way to figure out where to go other than their staircases let me go after them. Also, it is A tier because I love the suspension of there's constantly something close to you that's disappearing. It's not just like the world is slowly deteriorating. There's a radius around you, and slowly, every like 5 seconds or something, a piece of the map within that radius just disappears. It was so much fun. Natural disasters, B tier, middle B.
Sure. Yeah.
Cause again, it was basically play the game, except they added on to it, and again though, I can't see how people figured that out without like blindly stumbling into it. Obviously there was like, hey, there's a guy here now, let's talk to him. But like, you had to kind of just click around in the lobby to find it, most likely. Unless I'm just stupid and couldn't figure out the hint that he dropped. Car Crushers 2? I can't even remember Car Crushers 2. See?
It was an entire, like, thing where you had to, it was an entire thing.
Oh, right. That was the one with the vault where you had to go through all the crushers, basically just making you play more of their game. And, you just had to go between the worlds. And there were 2 where it was different. SpongeBob, honestly, low S.
Okay.
The cutscenes, the way to get to it wasn't too complicated. I mean, you see X over a patch of sand underwater, you're probably gonna go try to interact with it. It's not too complicated. It was really fun overall to do, and it also wasn't too difficult because they gave you good towers. Pressure, I don't want to be biased to just throw it into S, but I also really want to put it into S. I'm giving it high A.
Put it into high A because of the difficulty?
High A because of difficulty, yeah. I didn't lose it, but that's also probably partially because I play Pressure regularly.
Yeah,
like,
I literally did not lose it, but I
also,
my winning attempt was on 5 HP, and I heard quite a lot of complaints on people getting.
There were quite a lot of complaints that ended up having to get nerfed.
Yeah.
It is honestly, I do have to say, the vault is harder in 2-player mode. At least the way me and JJD tried to play it, because the way me and JJD were playing it, the way me and JJD, we should do that. The way me and JJD tried to do it is we take turns. One of us looks for coins, the other one stares at him, which is all fine and dandy. Except one of us, we both got so busy looking for coins that we forgot to warn people about lava. Also, the entities came in a lot faster, so the person who was staring at the guy had less time to react and find a locker. The oxygen tanks were very difficult to get to because whoever was looking at the guy just couldn't find an oxygen tank unless it was behind you somewhere. It's honestly a bit more difficult in 2-player, but that might have also just been the way that we played it. Yeah. The vault in general, though, wasn't too bad, but again, that might just be me playing Pressure regularly. The music is a banger. Like, you can't lie, that's like one of the better soundtracks in the game. But like, I could see how it wouldn't make S because to new players it was difficult. Like, I heard a lot of people when they saw the Mega Token quest be like, I could barely beat regular Pressure, this is gonna be stupid, I might just not finish the hunt. Which, honestly, there's a couple of games on here that I felt the same way about, where it's like, this is so dumb, I might just give up on the hunt right here. But I'm glad I didn't, I'm especially glad I didn't give up while I was waiting in line for those, horns that I got. Yeah. But that was not really related to this. Clip It? C. Yeah. It was alright.
It did something interesting, but...
It did something different, but it And the riddles were really difficult to decipher, at least for me. Like, Silver Screen was like the only thing I was really able to figure out on my own. Everything else I had to look up a tutorial and just follow that for. Drive World.
Oh my god.
I hate the ball. I hate the ball.
I see that ball. I saw that ball in my nightmares last night.
I hate the ball. I hate the ball. TDS. Middle to low A tier. There's no strength in numbers guy anymore. It's basically just spam attack towers until you kill everything, instead of actual strategic tower defense game.
On the bright side,
I needed to get normal guy to
money to get 15. On the bright side, it gives you enough money to get 15 max Texans, and I thought that was really funny.
Fair enough. There's no strength in numbers guy. There's not really, like, it's just a bit too difficult in my opinion for beginner players, such as myself. Like, I had to get normal guy to come in and do it with me. And at the end, it just became, at least for me, I don't know if normal guy did the same thing or not, but for me, the end was just spam upgrades until it dies. Pets. Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more about Pet Simulator?
Every single clover.
Every single clover in the entire map. You have to play it through to completion, get every single clover in the game, and then go back. And there's not even, it would have been something, it would have been one thing if you had the thing where your mouse changes to like that finger, like, you see how my mouse is like this? It would have been one thing if it changes to this when you hover over something you have to click on. But no, it looks like this the entire time. So you just have to guess. It's again one of those things where I'm like, how did people figure this out naturally without a tutorial? Like, genuinely, who has the time to just sit in Pet Simulator and just spam things? Also, Chained. Awful. I hated every second of that. Infection Gunfight, literally the entire video of me doing Infection Gunfight, I don't recommend watching that video, guys. The entire video is just me saying, I hate this game, I want to kill someone, I want to perish. Those are the 3 lines. It's like strength in numbers from the guy in TDS, except it's me playing Infection Gunfight. I just, like, it's a screensaver. It's like that screensaver, with the brick maze, where it's just like there's no end in sight, and it's just the same thing over and over and over again. Like, there was no, at least with most of the other ones, especially these, well, I can't say it the same for this one, but like this and some of the other ones, at least when it took me an hour, I was making progress through it. This is literally, there's no progress to be made. It's one step that made me want to perish, even though I played the pre-patch update for the Mega Token. It was still terrible. I hate it. I hate it. I genuinely do not like it. The World 01, again, I can't remember how to even get to that one. It, like what, how do you even get to that one?
It's the whole thing. I don't know. It's easily telegraphed. The boss fight's decently hard. I put it in
boss fight?
low B.
Low B? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Dusty Trip. I give it middle to high B.
Yeah.
Because, like, it was fun. The boss fight was very cheesable. Like, I cheesed the boss fight the whole way through the video. Also, like, it was, like, how was I supposed to know to do that again? Like, I guess if you were just screwing around at the outskirts, you could have eventually found it, but, like, how was I supposed to know to make it another portal with explosive batteries? And then go through it, and then fight the boss. But, like, anyway.
Untitled Boxing Game is just as crazy as the Untitled Tag Game. I put it in S tier if but
low S. It gets
okay,
low S.
That's fair.
It gets low S because it made me do parkour. Not only did it make me do parkour in a boxing game, made me do parkour where every time I jumped, the platform disappeared. So I had no idea if I was gonna land on the platform or not. Luckily, I'd never missed a jump. Luckily. If they'd had pulled out the thing where you have to jump from a thin bar to a thin bar with the disappearing platforms, I would have killed someone. I would have genuinely murdered someone if they made me do that. Luckily, they didn't. The dashing thing was very hard to trigger the hacking sequence. It was just kind of like, you knew you had to go out of bounds, but like there's a specific spot out of bounds you have to go to, and it's not just like get far from the base plate like you would think it is. Like you had to genuinely like go to a specific spot, which they didn't tell you. That final maze part before you get into the boss fight. The boss fight was cool. The final maze part though, the only way I was able to beat that, I don't know about normal guy, but the only way I was able to beat that, I don't know if it's an auto clicker or a macro, I don't know what to call it, but basically, I have two applications. One of them is called Mad Key, which presses a key every certain amount of time when I press F4. The other one is an auto clicker, which left clicks or right clicks or middle clicks every certain amount of time when I press F5. I had to lock the key pressing one into space, and then just like play it and just strafe left and right, which worked, but like, how am I supposed to do that while actually mashing space? Like, do I have to use both hands? Like, I don't see how I could have mashed space as hard as I had to for that and still strafe. And like, the boss fight was really nice. I was honestly expecting some kind of boss at the very end of, like, after the last puzzle for the Mega Hunt, considering I think it was this game and one other game that had the same boss music. Like, I don't remember what the games were, but there were at least 2 games that had the same boss music. I think it might have been Untitled Boxing Game and Blade League. Fish though. Fish, give it like a solid high A, maybe middle high A. You know, like here maybe. Maybe here.
Yeah.
It's like dancing around to eat the world.
It's a nice one to finish off the hunt.
It's honestly a nice one to... Okay. We have differing opinions on that one. We'll get to that in the next episode. The issue I had with it was how much skill it took to get the fish in that section. Which to a beginner... Like, again, I may have had a bit of an advantage because I play the mini games like that for pressure a lot, but it was still rough. Even then, as a newer player. But to catch the fish. And then the fact that you could just get a repeat fish and have to like be at the mercy of RNG for that, at least it gave you 15 minutes to sort out the RNG. Yeah. That one, I have a couple of complaints about that one, but it's still pretty good. Blade League, like here, honestly, maybe below Eat the World. Oh, I think I'm giving Eat the World too much credit. I'm putting Blade League up here. A lot of people hated the boss fight, which I don't understand. It was pretty easy, which is great for new players. It was also really fun, at least for me. And again, there's always bonus points to a game for me that involves left clicking, but not so much left clicking that I have to break out the auto clicker to prevent my finger from falling off. That's a nice balance. I like that about Blade League. Last but not least, It Girl. For the Mega token.
B.
Low B. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, the batteries were really hard to find. I hated that you had to actually find the code pieces to input the code as opposed to just being able to input the code. I also, genuinely, an opinion that I formed after doing this hunt, the find a code and input it gimmick has been overused to high hell. Like, it's been overused so hard in this event, where it's just like, find a code, put it in somewhere. At least with TDS, it was the same code for everyone, and you could just skip that part. I give props to TDS on that one. This game, though, it was find the tiniest object that they can think of, then find the pieces of a code in order to be able to put the code in, then use a gun to break glass as opposed to just opening the door, you know, or finding a key to unlock the door to open it, you know, they're just straight to resorting to glass. Then, while you're destroying the core, which is poisoning you, like, you saw the person passed out on the floor from too much exposure to the core. So while you're breaking it, you're just like, ooh, the computer turned on. Let me go look at that. Not, let me destroy the thing that is actively trying to kill me right now, and then I'll worry about the computers. I had some issues with it, though. Like, a lot of it didn't make sense. Not as much nonsensicalness as, Bayside High School, but still, like, it didn't fully make sense. Not from a, like, you have, like, how you have to figure it out, which is why Bayside High School is so low, but from a, like, this story just doesn't make sense. Like, first of all, you're trying to break the glass. I'm sure there were plenty of things in that room that you could have broken the glass with. A. B. Why did you use a gun to break the glass? C. Why did you not just look for a way to open the cabinet? Anyway. I have, like, this event was overall pretty fun, though. Yeah. Anyway, that's where we're gonna end this video. Tune in for the next episode, where we rank these all based on the order we think they should have been played in. Like, the order we think they should have been done in for the Mega Token and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and remember to stay perfect. Bye, guys.